How's it going, true readers? This is Michael for Spirit Comics. Welcome to my review of Dark Knight's Metal #1. Now, this is an event currently going on in the DC Comics universe, and I've been really wanting to get down to reviewing this series, and it's almost finished. I mean, the last part of it comes out in February, not far away. So this is issue 1. It's a pretty nice issue. You know, in the background, while it doesn't show much, it fits in with the theme of the story. Dark Knight's Metal, Wonder Woman, Superman, Cyborg, Flash, Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, and the Dark Knight himself, Batman. So we open up to a story 50,000 years ago. It says this is the journal of Carter Hall, also known as Hawkman. Lost to History is a story about how in these lands during the Age of Stone, there were 3 great tribes of man: tribe of the wolf, tribe of the bear, and of the bird. So you can see their insignias: wolf, bear, bird. All were nomadic and shared a grand dream, a dream of discovery. Dun dun dun! But soon, a 4th tribe rose, a dark tribe, unlike the others. One of twisted dreams turned inside out. And with its terrible rise, so began the age of metal. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, right now, this means it's at present day. So we have here our heroes in gear that they have never used before. From left to right, the Flash, Cyborg, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and Aquaman with a beard. And they're in the court of I forget his name, Mongul. He says, "Behold your mighty Justice League, mighty, ha! What death design should they face next? Something special, eh?" It doesn't make any sense. Mongul was being kept under watch by the Brawlians after his fight with General Zod. How he built a new war moon, Batman says. "Focus, Batman. What we need to do is figure a way out of here." And Wonder Woman says, "What we need to do is win." See, I think that they're really trying to get Wonder Woman back to her New 52 persona, which I've heard over and over is where she was an out-of-control, angry Amazonian princess who believed herself to be the god of war. And Mongul says up here, "Just look at them, hobbled so easily, made weak by the very armor I fastened to them." And Superman wearing the S. "Take note, friends. All you need is the dust of a few thousand crushed red suns. Some vibration domination boots from our friends the Dominators. A lock from Stith, the Elder Gor- Gorgon venom infused. Some of these words I can't pronounce. A few more trinkets for the rest, and suddenly these heroes are forced to fight for real, eh? So, what shall they battle? Let's ask my favorite resident slave, Mr. Hero, the toy man. Now speak up, boy. What comes through my gates? And I thought Toyman was older than that. Anyway, he says, I call it Fulcrum Abominus. And Mongul goes crazy. Ha ha! Fulcrum Abominus. I love it. And now, my friends, it's that time. And they all chant, go to war! Go to war! Reminds me of the Romans and how that used to be. And of course, it reminds me of, people who watch football today. Ha! Yes, war. So enter Fulcrum Abominus. And they're just waiting, and all of a sudden, they're greeted by these robots. And Flash says, and we're fucked. League, Aegea formation now. Now it's interesting she should say Aegea, because that's where she went to meet her brother Jason, is the Aegean coast, and I think that's, I still don't understand that. Ha! Look at that. Look at them, hoping to escape Mongul's pit, trying to run. What do we say to that? Do not run, pain is fun. I swear that Scott Snyder, and the rest wrote this. Were they on something at the time? And it shows Superman down here at the bottom. Now, let the battle begin. Do not run. Pain is fun. Run because these people are nuts. Anyways, those robots start attacking. Cyborg, can you hack there? And he says, already tried. They're each built to our specific... I think he was going to say strengths. But I do have to commend the artists, because the artwork is very good, detailed, and it's bright. It shows the action going on. Aquaman, we need these wheel chokes off. These gauntlets, micro black hole is killing my rings. Whoa! I'm at half strength too, Green Lantern. These blasted sleeves, some kind of pit glass from the fires of apocalypse. The heat. Wonder Woman, maybe. The beast could be tricked into breaking the armor off us. Well, mine has a Cassandra engine. Every move I make. Superman, can you? Already trying, he says. No go. They avoid the armor. They only go for the flesh. And Wonder Woman strikes and says, they're just machines. They have to have a weakness. And Batman finds the weakness. Everyone, back in formation while we strategize a pitho with this time. That's the formation. Affirmative, back to. And then he sees something. Formation. It's starting to click in his bat brain. Ha! Batman, formation, what are you? And he says, playing a hunch. That's right. Come on, open up, you piece of... And then he hears it. He's like, heh. And all of a sudden, it looks like the giant robot is about to eat him. Everyone, follow my lead. Your lead, but just do it, Flash. Come on. And he says he sees his own symbol. And so he presses his symbol in the beast. And it snags him. He says, either we help him or he's gonna need your old harpoon hand. We have to move now. I'm too slow with these boots. I'll cover you. Alright, going in. 3, 2, 1. And this is so silly. This is, this reference to the harpoon hand. See the 90s. This is a new continuity. So it shouldn't even be in here. The mention of the harpoon hand should not even be in here. Because this is a new continuity that was begun with the New 52, which started in 2011. For crying out loud. I'm really starting to think DC is not doing well with their events. No, because they all think Batman's dead. I said, follow my lead. Damn it. So, they do. Superman reaches in. There are symbols inside the mouse. Activate them now. However you can. And then let them eat you. You heard them. Then let them... What? Wait, what? And Green Lantern says, see, this is why we vote on strategy. Good plan. They don't hurt this much. It's tearing into my... Quiet, Cyborg. So he's inside his own robot. And this is going to turn out to be really good. Listen to me. Be calm. Let it happen. It's all in the name. Fulcrum Abominus. Abominus, like something that defies the order of things. And Fulcrum, from the late Roman period, a warrior formation, cry, made from deep in the throat, a call to lock shields. Toyman was giving us a clue, his way out of this, a trick he played on Mongul. What trick? Why are these things absorbing us? I know this cry. It means come together as one. Come together as one what? Meal? One warrior. Bruce, please tell me you're kidding. Heh, please tell me you're not, Cyborg says. He says, because if what you're saying is what I think you're saying, the crowd wants war. Let's give them war. So, their robots form a Power Rangers type Megazord. See, you've got the Flash. There's one of the feet. I believe that's Aquaman, I think. Superman as the torso. Cyborg is one of the arms. And I think that could be Wonder Woman. And of course, Batman as the head. And it says, look at Mongul trying to run. What do we say to that? And of course, he says, no, not now. Wait, why do I have to be the foot? Flash says. Simple, Barry. So you can kick his... Do not run, pain is fun, they chant. This is... Thank goodness this whole story gets better. Then somehow they get out of their predicament. And they're on their way back to Earth. And... this is funny. Flash saying underneath his breath, I liked my fucked joke. And get ready, atmosphere approaching in 30 seconds, Batman's saying into the cockpit. And Green Lantern says, you do know you're not flying that thing, right? And Aquaman is flying, in space, which I did not know he could do, says, and that's why I chose to ride outside the ship in cold, dead space. And Superman chimes in, Batman, what you said about the Brillians, you're right. They wouldn't lose track of Mongul unless something seismic was going on. Does this have anything to do with what you've been investigating? With why you came to the fortress? What happened in the cave, Batman? Bruce? Of course, that was all revealed in Dark Days, The Forge, and Dark Days of the Casting. Superman says again, hey, listen, I know you've been going through a lot lately. If you want to... I'm not ready. He says, fine. Just know that I wasn't talking to you, Clark. Alright, Alfred. Ready? Now. Connection secure. What is it? And Alfred says, Sir, thank God I've been using every possible line of communication. Slow down, Alfred. What happened? It's Gotham, sir. What about Gotham? I'm afraid you're going to have to see it for yourself. Now, this makes no freaking sense. Green Lantern says up here, you do know you're not flying that thing, right? Now, since he's not flying it, how can he possibly use that emerald plane to communicate with Alfred? That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, they're down on the ground in Gotham City. A mountain, a bloody mountain in the middle of... Start from the beginning, Alfred. There was some kind of energy storm in the city center. Dark lightning everywhere. They evacuated the area, and then the city, it seemed to make room to create space, and this mountain appeared. How are we ever going to... the devastation? Batman says, I'm standing in it. Scramble the family. Batman out. We are tapped into the Watchtower's warning system, Bruce. Whatever this is, there's no way you could have known. There were no signs. He says, there are always signs, Diana. We just didn't see them. Green Lantern says, Bruce, the energy coming off that mountain, it's like what I felt from your machine in the cave. The stone is not volcanic. It didn't come from beneath the surface. That mountain came from somewhere else. Whatever it is, Arthur, it's hollow. There's a bunker of some kind inside. Flash. Already on it. And of course, yes, he is, because look at him go. He says, door. He's looking for the door. Whoa, big door. Vic, I'm sending you the image. Got it, Barry. I've run it over 1,000 times already, because that's how fast Cyborg works. And then they're inside the mountain, inside the bunker. But it keeps coming up unknown. Man, look at all this. What is it? Some kind of laboratory? Possibly. The technology is strange, though. Outdated in materials, but advanced in design. If you think that's strange, GL is right. This whole place is crackling with some kind of energy. My sensors can't quantify. It's like off the electromagnetic spectrum. Maybe there are answers inside that. Look. Huh? That's titanium alloy. Must be some kind of space pod? but there are no engines for flying, which begs the question again. This must be the core. I can feel the energy coming off it myself. Me too. My God, there are people in there, 5 of them, and they're alive in some kind of cryo. We have to... Wait, Cyborg is right. The readings are troubling. We need to know what this place is first. What the hell is this place? They wonder. So they're just looking around, trying to find out, trying to get some answers. And Cyborg says, "How? The energy. It's scaring me. You said you felt something like it in the cave?" Batman's cave. "This is way worse. It's getting stronger by the second. I feel it. This android, if we can activate him, we might be able to figure out what's going on here and where these guys have been, or wherever they were," Green Lantern says. "It wasn't good. Look, it's chasing us. Run!" A warning. Now, the artwork is excellent, I believe. This is really good. It keeps my attention. Stop, you there. Step away from the C-Pod now. And who the hell are you? She's called Lady Blackhawk. And, of course, who is that? Batman. She runs the Blackhawks, some kind of damn covert anti-apocalyptic team. They've been watching me. I've been watching them, learning their secrets. Believe me, there's plenty you still don't know. And why should I listen to you? And it says, see All-Star Batman issues 6 to 9. Because I'm not just Lady Blackhawk Batman. And she was in Dark Days, The Forge. But her face was not shown. She says, my name is Kendra Saunders. And you don't know me, but I know all of you. So I need you to come with me. Now. Come with you? There's a city outside broken. Thousands of people terrified. You might not hear them, but I can. Besides, how do we know this isn't the start of something bigger? It is, Flash. This is the first shot fired. It's a full-scale invasion. One that's been planned for centuries. By who? I won't speak the name here. It's too dangerous. For the city, maybe for the whole world. But if you come with me... And she does. There are places on this planet that lie outside the normal math of things. Some exist at what we believe are phantom frequencies. Spots where cosmic energy conducted through the Earth's metal core cancels itself out, creates a kind of static that disrupts space-time, a hidden pocket. Some are magic-induced, some are naturally occurring. Dinosaur Island, Themyscira, Scataris, Nadra Parbat, and this place. I don't think I've heard of Nadra Parbat or Scataris. She says Black Hawk Island. Well, Black Hawk Island was known in the Golden Age, I believe, because there was a team called the Blackhawks. And Kendra Saunders was not part of it. And even Black Hawk Island was referred to in the series Justice League Unlimited back in around 2004 to 2006, something like that. Anyway, she says, you spoke of an invasion. Kendra, that's Superman talking. You promised to tell us who was behind it. Every minute we spend in this place. She says, this place is your only hope, Superman. For many years, it was a base of operations for a great detective of history, a hero named Carter Hall, Hawkman. Our story sounds crazy because your story is friggin' crazy. You know, it was established in Dark Days the Forge and Dark Days the Casting that Hawkman's wife was Shara Hall, not Kendra Saunders. So this is a continuity problem. This is a plot hole. Our story sounds crazy, but thousands of years ago, he and I were stabbed with a dagger of a mysterious substance and entered a cycle of reincarnation that spanned history. For many lives, we fought together as partners, protecting the world from evil. But Carter never stopped searching for answers about that material that started the whole cycle. Ninth metal, she says. And of course, ninth metal is something that is indigenous to Thanagarians, or at least it used to be. This fragment is one of the last pure pieces left in the universe. It's the only material capable of giving vastly different powers to those who possess it. Eternal life, flight, mystical vision. It defies all rules of science and magic. And at certain times it seems to broadcast a strange kind of energy. I'll tell you what's strange. The plot holes in this story. You know, once you get past Kendra Saunders and ignore her, then the story seems to make sense. Like we felt in that mountain, she says, and she's looking at an old picture from the 1940s. Yes, Carter came to believe that ninth metal was from somewhere beyond our cosmology. He searched for clues about its origin in history, folklore. What he found were warnings, claims that the metal came from evil and led to evil, but Carter wouldn't accept it. Over the years, he recruited the best people he could find to help his search. Pilots, heroes, inventors, adventurers who would challenge the unknown with him. And that's Red Tornado right there. And Superman says, Superman's listening, and Green Lantern says, "Sigh, you're shaking. That energy, it's even worse here. Something's getting closer." We fought over it, he and I, but not long ago he felt his team was ready to get answers, to travel to the other side. "Stop being cryptic. What are you getting at, Condra?" Superman says. And then over here they show us, they drew in Grant Morrison's map of the 52 worlds, the multiverse. "This is a map," she says, "we believe to be our multiverse. Not just our universe, but all the universes made up of matter and antimatter in existence. We know of 52. We believe it to be a set number. But the energy coming through ninth metal, Carter couldn't trace it to any known universe on this map." And the Flash says, "I've studied the multiverse for years, and that's all there is. There's nowhere else for it to come from." "Is there?" She says, "No. Unless..." And she flips the map. "It came from here. A dark multiverse." I guess DC was, running out of ideas concerning the multiverse. "All I see is the back of a map," Wonder Woman says. "Until recently, that's all any of us saw. Everyone believed the building blocks of reality were matter and antimatter, but not long ago, astronomers discovered a third material. And the scary thing is, it turns out dark matter and dark energy actually make up the great majority of our universe, the stuff we can't see or feel. And she says, so now look at the map and imagine nth metal connecting us to a realm much older and much vaster than ours, an organic, subconscious realm our tiny multiverse floats on. Now this is interesting because later in the tie-ins, the Batman Who Laughs will say multiple times that there's an Earth above, that different Earths that he'll go and visit and tempt the different Batmen. Flash says, if this is true, it would change everything we know about everything. What proof do you have? Proof? Ha! You sound like I did. Carter sent a team to prove me wrong. The entire mountain was ripped out of reality. The last transmissions we got from them were screams. Screams about whole worlds of nightmare, of evil. Please to shut the door and never to open it again. Red Tornado. And a warning from Red Tornado just before we lost contact. A warning about a thing down there he called a great dragon. A beast that prowled in the dark. And a name. What name? Carter had a journal, Batman. It's been lost ever since he followed the challengers into the dark. But I searched the clues he left. And what I found is a record of a beast seen in visions, transmissions through high metals, an original being, matter, antimatter, and now darkness. I've found many names for it in history. A dark horned god of nightmare, of cursed stories. I see it hidden in other deities. Set, Lord of Ravisu, all prayed to through metals by the dark tribe, enemy of the birds. The modern name comes from the words barbarous and ace, foreign metal. Barbados. He says Barbados, almost like he recognizes the name. And Kendra Saunders says, legend is it comes here through a human doorway. Someone treated with 5 divine metals by its followers. Metals off the periodic table. A hero whose nightmares it collects as its army. So that's the name, Barbados. How do we stop it, Wonder Woman asks. That's the great evil. That's who we're fighting. But that's not the name I wouldn't speak before. And this is the name she wouldn't speak before. Because I found another word that came up over and over with mentions of Barbados, a traveling vessel, references to the wagon that would carry the beast here. Wagon, the root of the name Wayne. Batman, the one who will let him in. Hang on, your story is that a being as old as the universe has been targeting Batman for thousands of years from a dark multiverse? Please tell me this isn't what you've been investigating. And of course, Batman doesn't say a word. And then they see someone pulls out pulls out a gun and says, "I'm sorry, Batman, but after Carter's mistake, I destroyed my wings and devoted my life to ending Nth Metal. I didn't think that her wings could be destroyed. I thought they were part of her body. It's my mission, and now, today, Challenger's Mountain appears on your home turf with..." And Challenger's Mountain was mentioned in Dark Days the casting, or Dark Days the Forge. I can't remember which one. "The door! You open the door!" Red Tornado says. And all of a sudden he comes awake. "I warned you," he says, and then he starts acting. He acts like a tornado, a red tornado. He's coming for us all. Batman, he must have triggered Red Tornado, all to the Nth Metal. Where is it? Let me get this straight. Green Lantern says, "You brought us here. Did all this so you could trap Batman? That was your plan? You obviously don't know him very well. Guy probably had a ride ready the moment we landed here. And I can promise you," and like that, wham! Right up against Red Tornado's face. This is funny. It's something state of the art, but no. It's not state of the art at all. He says, "Quiet, boy, quiet." He's holding on to some dinosaur. And then he says, "Alfred, I got what I came for. Ray the Hyper Sub." And then we see more of Carter Hall's journal. "I told you how it began. This story. Now let me tell you how it'll end. How it'll end if I'm wrong, and the dark is a place of evil. The Immortals and Kendra suspect. The end will begin with a shot fired from the dark. Something to tear a hole in reality." And then we see 3 familiar faces. And then, as dark energy pours into this world, the visions will start. Visions to those attuned to the powers of Nth Metal. What are these? These premonitions, Dr. Fate says. A glimpse of what is coming. A dark army. And there's the army. And this is this dude down here, I think it was a Metamorpho. What in? I don't understand. Something's getting closer. Already on its way here, Carter Hall wrote. And you know who that is. The Egg. That's the Colors of Plastic Man. Back in the Batcave. On its way here to find the one Barbados has been after all these years. The wagon for the dark-horned god. In other words, Batman is the puppet. Son of the House of Wayne. Sir, I'm begging you, tell them. Please, Alfred, I'm too close to the answers, and we're running out of time. The false energy signatures I left behind won't fool the League for long. I need to protect them. I need to protect everyone. I've never seen a pure sample, not since before the Purge. The dark energy coming through it, incredible. It must be why the Brilliants weren't watching Mongul. Brawl is heavily majestic. It says, I imagine if we look at planets with heavy metal cores, we'll find those damn signs we missed. Sir, look up from that. Something's happening. And there's more from Carter's journal. He says, and if Wayne has been prepared by the Judas tribe, if the agents of Barbados have set in motion, it's coming. Then there will be no running for him. No running for any of us. Listen, humming, it's like a tuning fork. Yes. It's coming from upstairs. Barbados has been after its target since the dawn of man. It first saw him in a final moment of crisis. I bet that's referring to the event they had several years ago called Final Crisis, which I wasn't around to read because I wasn't reading comic books at the time. And now, if you are reading this, a second moment is upon us. Now he's looking in his study, in his library. I have left this journal for you in your house, the house of the family I trust most. Turned from the tribe bat to tribe bird, the Waynes. Left it in a secret place that will make itself known to you through metal. Should I be wrong? Should energy from the dark rise to foretell the coming of Barbados? You may feel it already. You may have felt it in your whole life, watching, shaping from the dark. The final case. I give this journal to you for a simple reason. What? Here in the study? All this time? To say that I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was wrong, and I'm sorry for everything coming. So, Hawkman is partially to blame, it seems. But tonight I still have hope that you will never find this book, and it will stay hidden. Now I venture into the dark myself, explorer, detective, proud member of the tribe of the bird. I follow that first great dream of the true tribes. Signed, Carter Hall. The Journal of Carter Hall. My God, so it's all true. Yes, Batman. And then a no-name comes out, appears at the end, and I have no idea who he is. Yes, it is I, Dream of the Endless. And I have no idea who that is. I never heard of Dream of the Endless before. And I have come to tell you that this nightmare has only just begun. Next, Nightmares Revealed. Well, this issue was a flop. I mean, it had some good parts, and it was nice for the start of the event. But overall, it was pretty much a flop. I mean, Kendra Saunders should not even be in this. It should be Shara Hall, because she was established as Carter Hall's wife in Dark Days, The Forge, and Dark Days, The Casting. And there are other parts in here, which I mentioned during this, that I thought was just totally off, and which was totally wrong. So, I hope you enjoyed this review. And this will be my first review of the entire Metal series. I hope to get to the other ones soon. Till next time.